American prisoner's family moved to detention house in Iran and incredibly nervous about what will happen next. Washington. The Biden administration has allowed international banks to transfer $6 billion in frozen Iranian money from South Korea to Qatar without fear of U.S. sanctions, paving the way for the release of 5 American citizens detained in Iran. Also, as part of agreement, administration agreed to the release of 5 Iranian citizens held in United States. A U.S. official told CBS News that Secretary of State Antony Blinken signed the sanctions waivers last week, a month after U.S. and Iranian officials said an agreement in principle had been reached. Congress was not notified of the waiver decision until Monday, according to a congressional notification obtained by the Associated Press. The U.S. official confirmed that administration had informed Congress about move and said waiver was one of last steps before deal was finalized. The outlines of the trade had been previously announced and waivers were expected. But announcement marks the first time administration has said it would release 5 Iranian prisoners as part of deal. On September 8, Secretary Blinken took a procedural step in the ongoing process to ensure that Iranian funds move from one restricted account to another and remain limited. Humanitarian commerce, national security Council spokeswoman Adrienne Watson said in a statement, "As we have said from the beginning, an arrangement is being made here that will ensure the release of 5 unjustly detained Americans. This continues to be a sensitive and ongoing process. Although it is one step in this process, no one has taken a step on this issue. This week, the U.S. will be released under supervision. We have kept Congress well informed since the beginning of this process, well before today, and will continue to do so, including additional previously scheduled briefings this week. The exemption means European, Middle Eastern and Asian banks will not run afoul of U.S. sanctions by converting money frozen in South Korea and transferring it to the Central Bank of Qatar, where Iran will use it to buy humanitarian aid supplies. The transfer of $6 billion was the critical element in last month's agreement to release prisoners from Iranian prisons, with 4 of them transferred to house arrest. Many European countries had refrained from participating in the transfer due to numerous U.S. sanctions against foreign banks involved in transactions aimed at benefiting Iran. Blinken's exemption is intended to ease U.S. concerns about the risk of sanctions. The 4th and 5th inmates have not been identified. Shergas family members said on Face Nation last month that they were holding their breath during the highly sensitive negotiations to bring Americans home. We're incredibly nervous about what's going to happen next. In his notification to Congress, Blinken listed parameters agreement as follows to facilitate their release. United States H.